How's it going, guys? Bitcoin's back, going back up. Going back up for the stream. Usually come down a little bit at the beginning, but look at this. We're coming back up. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are packing your bags and getting ready for this giant liftoff. Because yeah, we are getting back into the race once again. The Fed is going to have no choice but to print some money, right? Let's dive into it. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Look at this. This is kind of funny. I just want to touch base on this one for a minute. Last time we were on the stream, right before I left, I just kind of planned, again, just my usual satire. Where do I think we're going for the evening? And look at that. I did not touch this at all. I just let it ride, man. And here it is. I did a little too dramatic of a retracement, but it's exactly what we saw right after the FOMC meeting. It's just playing out, man. It's just playing out. We are going to get back up to 65, 75 soon enough. Soon enough. It's coming. Price incoming. Boom. So yeah, I would say I was a little early on jumping the gun on that. But yeah, I mean, we could probably bring this back and realistically put us we'll probably put us into like what, like it might take a little longer, to be honest, like something like that. Damn, we're gonna knock Bitcoin Chan's head off, man. But yeah, about 70, it's touching 70,000 by end of Saturday. No, I don't, there's not enough liquidity in the market, not enough volume, right, going into the weekend. So I don't think it's gonna play out like that. But we could see something like we did before, where we retrace back up over the weekend. Institutions do buy over the weekends. Like I've said before, Micro Sailors came out publicly and said that they only buy on Saturday, Sundays. And of course we have Sunday night to look forward to, as that's the opening day for the foreign markets. So for us anyway. So I think our big things are still ahead on the weekend. It's just going to take some time. And you know, Mr. 100 is not stopping. Even on the weekends, Mr. 100 still buys. So prepare for that as well. Man, oh man, let's get this BITCH started. Let's get this started, little bit started. Boom. I'm just a little late today. Too much excitement going on in the world. Alrighty. So yeah, look at this. This is nuts. This is right before the stream. We just started to have this this rise, right? Starting to move back up. And then yeah, fear and greed for stock market still in fear, as we're waiting to see what the Fed is going to really do. 96% I think is coming in right now that we are going to just do another higher for longer strategy, another sideways, another you know, just yeah, keeping the rates where they are. Crypto fear and greed is in the neutral. It's the first time, again, we've been in the neutral. I think it's like the second day now, or maybe third day, second or third day in the last month. Within the last 6 or 7 months that we've been in neutral. It's been pretty greedy up until now. So there's that. We also have pushing our $35,000 U.S. national debt. Take that in consideration, if you will. The dollar coming back as 105, as we're gonna have to start printing money soon, and they know it. Job numbers are coming in hot, as we will get into that in a minute as well. Man, there's a lot going on, man. There's just a lot. There is a lot. Crypto fear and greed. We already covered all this. Then we got the crypto bubbles. Crypto bubbles. Look at this, man. Stacks is up 4%. Again, of course, with Bitcoin, moving with Bitcoin. We got Jasmine up 10% on the day. Hell yeah, looking good on Jasmine. I know it's still holding my portfolio up, and it is nowhere near my biggest holding. But still, it's holding my portfolio up, considering where I got in. years ago. Let's see, Fetch. Yeah, Fetch is doing good, up to 10%. Everything's just recovering. It's nice. It's a nice green day, man. It's a nice bask in the glory of the green day. Oh my god. As we have a lot to recover on some of these on the week. No big blue chips really down still. Not that I see. Unless you count some of these meme coins as blue chips, like Sheep is still down. Render's only up 2% roughly on the week. Yeah, well, that's good, man. We are starting to recover, getting back to where we were a week ago. Chainlink is still down, unfortunately, 2.5% on the week. Yeah, all in all, Solana's up 3% on the week. Damn, that was a fire sale for Solana, man. $120. Oh man, it'd be nice if I had some extra money to throw that down there, but I bought plenty at $10-20, so I'm good. Anyway, we are moving on. The number one indicator we look at for Bitcoin scarcity, right? How much is left on these exchanges? Pretty simple. 1.75 million. As I think what's happening right now, we saw this happen with the American ETFs. The American ETF launch, we saw for about, I think it was the first 2 or 3 months, a big inflow onto exchanges in order to have the exchanges settle these ETFs, right? So there is going to be a little bit of a strange correlation with these new ETF launches, as we do see more and more accumulations onto exchanges, and I think that's why, because obviously we know that Hong Kong just launched this week. Okay, so then we also have we're just gonna again correlate that to what's left on Coinbase, because that's what the American ETFs are settled on, what they have to fight in order to gobble up, and we're still sitting at a good 283,000, up a little bit from our low of 279,000 Bitcoin left for the majority of the American markets. All right. Oh, where is IBIT? Do we have an update on IBIT? Probably not. It's still sitting at 275,000 or 273,000. It looks like, as Grayscale still dwindles down. 290,000 left on Grayscale. Jeez. Looks like May 1st, we have brought in negative 637. That was like the first big negative outflow for IBIT. And we don't have an update further from that. Today is the 3rd, isn't it? Yeah, we're like 2 days out. They've been like days late on this. I mean, we didn't get the 1st until now. I don't think we still don't have the it was a bank holiday or something on last Friday. Yeah, because we're still missing data from last week. What is going on, man? Monday was the 29th. We still don't have data from that. Was there a bank holiday on the 29th and the 30th? What in the world? I don't know what's going on with this. But yeah, you can see that there. That was their bad day at the beginning of the week. Anywho, we can dive a little bit and see if there's any news on that. Let's just check it real quick while we're there. See if Bitcoin ETFs data aren't in Hong Kong ETF data. I mean, we got news on this as well, because this is kind of back and forth in the news. I'm not sure what to believe anymore. The first day says, oh yeah, it was a bad day, and then there's news coming out saying it was $236 million inflow on the first day, and I'm like, wait, what, in volume, or wait, we're gonna dive into that because it doesn't make any sense. So breaking the first day of the spot Bitcoin ETF, since the spot Bitcoin ETF launch, Grayscale buys 1,000 Bitcoin. Huh? The bottom is it in? Question mark? Maybe. Bitcoin bulls. Where is IBIT? We got some weird stuff popping up on here. Jesus. New high water, more Bitcoin ETF holders just rolled in. Yongrong Asset Management, based in Hong Kong, bought $38 million worth of IBIT, which makes up, I think we have an article to go over that today too if we had some time. There's a lot to cover today, a lot of news. But yeah, it looks like they are young. Just this Yang Rong is piling up on the risk assets. Apparently, interesting. Nvidia, Meta, Tesla. I mean, Meta was a good buy. If you, I mean, we covered that here. If you're bullish on Meta, Meta was down quite a bit as it fell underneath a lot of the other big tech companies. Oh my god. Interesting theory. Maybe here we go again. Yep, that's right. Anywho, Bitcoin rainbow chart, as I say here every single day. I'm going to cover this every single day as we are still in the 60s. Because we are basically at a fire sale. The longer we go sideways in the 60s, you better be accumulating. You best be accumulating, because if you're not, man, you are doing yourself and your family and your future name sake a disservice, because right now is the time to be buying in on Bitcoin and just stacking sats. We are essentially, like I said the other day, we're essentially handing Bitcoin to BlackRock on a literal silver platter. Like, here you go. Here you go. And I mean, as we are neck and neck with silver on the stock market. I mean, on the top asset classes in the world today. Yeah, it looks like my display just knocked off there. I'll get that back up real quick. And then, yeah, I mean, this is nuts. Look at this. This is crazy. 30,000. I mean, we have to basically get down to, where are we? Oh, I'm jumping all around now. All right, get my stream back together. Wants to play? Yeah, there we go. Don't crash my stream. Don't crash my stream. Yeah. We would have to get back down to, damn. Well, we'd have to get back down to 50,000 to be considered back in the accumulation zone. We are still cheap right now. And we're not even into HODL or bubble territory yet. Like, this is ridiculous. I'd say we're still in fair value ranges between 60 and 65. Very easy buys. Just pick them up, man. Pick them up. Stack some sats. All right. So top 10, we're still sitting about the same. Avalanche fell down a little bit. Sheep's coming back up. This is weird. Doge is climbing still. Nothing else too crazy going on. We did see. I want to see if Jasmine popped down under the top 100 again a couple of days ago. Just double checking Jasmine. It's coming back up to 92. Solid win for Jasmine. Yeah, we're still showing neutral on CoinMarketCap too. Yeah, and look at this. We are getting closer and closer to the race, right? We'll get back over silver again. We just gotta push a little further. All right, and yeah, we are jumping right back into the news. I want to kind of go over Wen Moon again, just to kind of get people a little bit more bullish in the future of their asset holdings. This is huge, man. Like, if you haven't seen Wen Moon yet, I cover this at least once a week, just to kind of get the word out there and show everyone. This is a useful tool. If you're looking to save Bitcoin for retirement, Wen Moon is the API algorithm for you. It's basically built off of the averages, the national averages of Bitcoin and the US, again, the US dollar inflation rate. So you basically put your stack in here, and your desired income you want, like say this is a default at $100,000, and then you can tweak these if you want, but it's based off the current yearly annual average. So that is up to you. And then yeah, it'll just break everything down for you. Right now, one Bitcoin's worth 63,000, right? And annual appreciation rate of 12%, annual depreciation of 12% on the dollar. Annual appreciation rate of Bitcoin, which is currently 34% on average. And then your personal moon date, which is 2036. If you hold one Bitcoin, you are ready to retire by 2036. And you will have a stack worth 2.7 million. This is actually low, according to Kathy Wood's current prediction of a $3.8 million Bitcoin by 2030 now. Like she's going for the moon, man. 3.8 million. Like I don't even know what the appreciation rate would have to be, like on average, like 45 maybe, for it to be worth that. We're close, 2030. And that's only 1 million. So it'd have to be like 50%. Oh my god. No, I think I'm going the wrong direction. What the heck? Oh my god, yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. This is why I failed at math. Jesus. But yeah, it looks like, holy crap. Yeah, I'm going super off the chart with this. I'm trying to get a good appreciation rate. I think it's closer to 40, and then, yeah, I don't want to mess with USD inflation. But yeah, I mean, still, if you're holding one Bitcoin and you're going by Cathie Wood's standards, you're going to be able to definitely retire by 2030 if you hold one Bitcoin right now. Unless we go into hyperinflation and your average McDonald's Happy Meal is worth like $100 or something, then yeah, I think you're going to be safe at retiring on $100,000 a year with one Bitcoin by, you know, the ranges of 2030 to 2036. Again, that's just kind of averaging out between the current appreciation of Bitcoin, current the current decline of the dollar, and then the newest prediction by Cathie Wood, because I believe in our Bitcoin goddess. That's going to be a real deal. But yeah, this is going to be insane, absolutely insane. It also breaks down to, if you wanted to again DCA out, it tells you you can take out your first $100,000 starting in 2036, but also the amount you can take out per week, right? I think it shows you right here. First draw will be 0.00004 Bitcoin, 41,000 sats, and that'll be worth about $1,120. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good, and that'll be per day. Great. Will it be per day? Yeah, that'll be per day. That's pretty awesome. So again, useful tool. It's fun to pretend, right? It's fun to plan. I'm sorry, it's fun to plan and pretend too, because you never know what the future can bring. And this is just a good guide if you plan on retiring on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin standard is the way, right? That's what we preach here. All right, so tonight the Bulls are definitely winning. Shouts out to the Bulls. We're knocking those Bears down. We're defeating them tonight. No more Bears. They're dead. And we continue to win here in this dystopian future. This is the dystopian future. Get used to it. This is the world we live in. This is just gonna be how it is. And we're gonna watch our dollar burn to the ground. So let's continue to stack those sats and be safe. And you know, you might need to accumulate some things to protect yourself along the way, because you never know what's future's gonna hold. Anywho, let's dive into some news. U.S. government could target Bitcoin. Wolf of all streets says. Man, this guy's awesome. If you haven't checked him out, he puts out some really good alpha on X. He's been just killing it over the years. So if you're not following him, please do. I'm sure you've heard him by now. Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets, has cautioned that the same attacks on cryptocurrencies by the U.S. government would eventually come for Bitcoin, regardless of it being a commodity. I know right now we're seeing, self-custody, right? Your Bitcoin, I'm not wearing mine on my person right now, but yeah, your Bitcoin self-custody application, right, is being attacked right now, whether that's browser-based wallets or a hardware cold storage wallet. You're being attacked because the U.S. government does not want you to have Bitcoin. They don't want you to be your own bank. They want the banks to be the banks still, as they need a way to survive in this crypto wild west. So the U.S. government would eventually attack Bitcoin. This is true. We know this. The U.S. government is coming after Bitcoin. All posts of all social media platforms on X on Thursday. He said a warning following a series of attacks by the U.S. government and on their other cryptocurrency. Melker is a well-known trader, investor, writer, and host of All Streets podcast. In 2020, he won the Binance Influencer Award of the Year of North America. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That was 2020. That was just right before me. So voicing his concerns, he cautioned many Bitcoiners celebrated the attacks on crypto from the U.S. government, somehow not realizing that the Same attacks would eventually come for Bitcoin, regardless of it being a commodity. He stressed that the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We covered this. This is getting really, really insane with FBI, pushing their bounds too on what they can actually govern. This is getting ridiculous. The Department of Justice, DOJ, and the Securities and Exchange Commission have all attacked self-custody in the past few weeks. Last week, the FBI issued a warning that using unregistered cryptocurrency money transmitting license, so they fall to comply with the U.S. anti-money laundering laws. The FBI warning came one day after the DOJ operators, Samurai Wallet, calling it an unlicensed money transmitting business that executed $2 billion in unlawful transactions. We covered this as well. Samurai Wallet was attacked. You're going after everything. I don't want to be a dead horse and go over all this, but we also need to touch base on what the banks really know, right? Like what are they doing? Jesus, what is going on here? Oh, I'm all over the damn place. Okay, so what's happening right now is we are getting attacked on all fronts by the Fed, by the SEC, by the FBI, even. For all we know, there's a false flag operation happening right now within the CIA. Who knows? We still there's rumors, old rumors we went over at the beginning of the year about Bitcoin being created by the CIA and conspiracies and all this crazy stuff. Believe what you will until it's proven. We just don't know. We never will. But yeah, it's coming, man. They are at a full-fledged attack on us, and you need to watch out. You need to watch out and get self-custody. Maybe look at making plans to move, man. I'm looking at planning to move right now. Just making big changes in my life. Not quite sure what's going to pan out, or if I really want to do it. But just make some plans. Be safe. Do your due diligence. Do the research, and get your Bitcoin out in self custody. Because at some point, we're gonna see this is gonna get ugly, right? And we're gonna dive into what what to expect from the U.S. government, since they don't even know what to expect from the way that their whole system works, right? We know how the system works. We go over how the money is made and printed, and that our taxes basically don't go to the deficit, and they just keep printing money to pay off the deficit. And but the U.S. government doesn't. They don't know what the hell is going on anymore. And this viral video has been going around. If I can find it, I'm not sure what's going on with my. There it is. With my source tonight. Jeez. There it is. All right. So this is. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you gotta take a look at this. This is nuts. The Biden's economic advisor tries and fails to explain how money works in the U.S. Government. What is going on? The video is private. What? Why am I getting that on YouTube? That's a weird error. I'll just search for it again. Here we go.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why?
This
why
is
does
brutal,
the
man. This is really hard to
borrow?
listen to.
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. The government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Is it?
They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to Yeah, I guess I'm just, I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, 'cause it's like,
I don't get it.
the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise,
Clearly
we wouldn't be
borrows
having
and
this
prints
debt and
money.
deficit conversation. So,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Nothing confusing there at all. Not at all. Yeah, it's almost the same exact thing we got from Biden himself earlier this year or the end of last year.
Sick of this stuff.
Sick of this stuff, right?
We have to talk about it because the American people think the reason for inflation is government spending more money.
Oh.
Simply not true.
Not true. Okay. Jesus. The video I put together a while back. But yeah, I mean, it's like the same response all around. No one has any clue in our U.S. government how the hell the money works. They are addicted to money spending, man. They're heroin addicts. And it's funny because they don't know the money. The money is funny. But we do. We know the money. Why? There was a amazing speech that the El Salvador president Bukele did at the beginning of the year. Yeah, you gotta have to check this out. I'm gonna play a little bit of it right now. We played this a bunch of times on the stream, but
there are monetary policies and structural changes. Not even those high taxes.
here we go.
States,
Let's just find
I
the
give you
spot.
that. You're right in that. Financial
Okay.
situation of the United States.
Yeah, there's nothing more
When I talk
concerning
to
than
my
that.
conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes. But they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that.
So damn high.
But that's not the real problem.
For nothing.
The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. Not even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, not even those taxes are really funding the government.
I love this. I love this.
So
Speech.
who's financing the government?
I could watch it 100 times.
Government is financed by treasury bonds.
Because he went on there and he basically told everyone, we know the secret. The rest of the world knows your secret. And this is
And
it.
who buys the treasury bonds? Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves.
Yes.
So basically, you
Yeah.
finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask,
Yep. And of course
someone
someone's
could
getting
ask,
Bitcoin in the back.
well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes?
Yeah. Why do we need to pay taxes? If they're just going to end up paying out because they are creating a control mechanism.
I mean, in theory, it would make
That's it.
sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes for? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking.
You
The
tell
real
Bukele.
problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not.
All right, we're not going
It's
to play the whole
shocking.
video.
But it's true.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, when he went on stage and did that, I think that was what, CPAC? I think that was CPAC this year. That was incredible. It was like back in February. We covered it here on the channel a few times. Again, I love bringing that video up because the government, our leaders in the government can't even tell us why we print the money, where the money goes, how it's issued to the banks, right? Like, why are they in office? Well, why are they serving the people? They're obviously not serving the people. They're doing an injustice to our economy and the people themselves. We just had all the data come out that basically proves that we got screwed over during the beer crisis, right? And the Great Beer Crisis, where we got paid on average, I think it was like $1,200 or $1,500 per person. You got a little more if you had kids or you had a larger household, that sort of thing. But the average person got about $1,200 to $1,500 out of the Great Beer Crisis. And we were supposed to get, like, if it wasn't pumping the money into the economy through us, which it wasn't, obviously, they only gave us that much, they were pumping the money through corporations and keeping the corporations afloat. That's why we've seen all of the mom and pop shops go away. All of them. All I can tell you, I can't throw a rock down the road either direction and not hit a freaking Dollar General. That's all that's around anymore. I don't have any supermarkets anymore around me. There's Dollar Generals, and you can buy produce-wise at the Dollar General. You can buy some old garlic that is probably too warm next to the heater or something, heating element, than that's powering the coolers or whatever. Right next to it, bad onions and bad, overpriced junk. Like, there's nothing there, man. There's nothing there. And that's the world we live in. We live in this dystopian future, as I cover so many times on the channel. It's kind of the theme we got going on here. This is the reality we live in. They're only propping up these big corporations, and we should have gotten $15,000 per U.S. citizen. Instead, that money went to the corporations. All that money. It's ridiculous. As we print $100,000 every second in this country, we still to this day, not during COVID, the Great Beer Crisis thing, and I said it. We would have had so much more of a getting people what they needed if we were given that power during that time period. But they didn't. They didn't do that. We got shafted. Anywho, that's my rant on the money and the government and the FBI and the SEC, the IRS, and everyone coming down on us against crypto. And again, self-custody is gonna be attacked next. Please get your money off the exchanges. Save yourself, because they're gonna go. You think they're gonna stop there? They're gonna go after these exchanges. The smaller ones are gonna go. Yeah, we might have Coinbase stick around, but you never know. You just never know, man. Don't take that chance. And on top of that, you don't want to pay the high fees. Don't be wasting your money on that. Alrighty, so just want to touch a little bit on this. MicroStrategy plans to launch a decentralized identity solution on Bitcoin. They are getting out there, man. Michael Saylor is putting in the legwork. He is now talking to. He's the front runner for this entire thing, right? We know that he turned his entire company around from what was it, like less than $100 a share to close to $1,500 a share or whatever the hell it's trading at now. It's insane. So yeah, he's obviously the poster child of Bitcoin, and now he's out there talking to the institutions, getting them on board, making them understand, and it's going to take time. I mean, they estimate about 1 to 3 years from now, a lot of the institutions are just going to put in the work and get in. It's going to take time. So when they do figure this out, more and more every single day are adopting a Bitcoin strategy via MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy, right? I love how that always plays into wordplay. But yeah, that's what's going on basically. Argentine lower house passes cryptocurrency legalizing opportunity and reintroduced omnibus law. So Argentine, again, still struggling with their economy, getting it back afloat. They did, vote in Javier Milei the end of last year. It was exciting. He was very pro Bitcoin during his campaign, and then it got a little dicey here the last month or two, as they kind of started pulling back and adding more crypto regulation and kind of not being so bullish on crypto. But I remember at the beginning of the year, they were already some landlords were already accepting Bitcoin as currency. So all this sorts of stuff going on there. But yeah, it looks like the proposal is part of the original omnibus law, which presented to the Argentine Congress early in the year. The President Milei, however, the tax chapter of the law was dropped due to its implications that the intention of the government is pushed it out quickly. So they're just, this we're talking about back in February. We're still struggling with regulation in Argentina. We're just gonna have to wait and see how that turns out. Hong Kong firm breaks top holder in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF IBIT. This I thought was really interesting, because now they have their own ETFs, but yet they're jumping over and buying up ours as well. I thought that was interesting. So a Hong Kong asset manager has become a largest holder of the BlackRock iShares ETF. That's insane. This is like only the first week, and they're just jumping on over. Coinape.com. There we go. Goingape.com. Yeah, Coin. It's the dumbest name for a news source. CoinGape. God, I hate every time we cover stuff in this place. So Hong Kong firm to the top holder. Yes. I'm just quite unsure, like what's the reasoning behind them jumping ship over to BlackRock's ETF, especially since Hong Kong. I've heard that a lot of Hong Kong-based ETFs are offering zero fees right now. Like, I'm not sure why they did a purchase of a large holding onto BlackRock's IBIT. But yeah, this has been floating around on X here lately. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Just over the last few days, just thing that the dust kind of settle with the Hong Kong ETFs. They're picking back up some steam. Again, we've had a lot of mixed news out there. The first day being a flop, right? But then it really wasn't. Like we had a little bit of that to cover today. So I can pull it up real quick. Where was it? Here it is. Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF launched in top 20%. This is crazy because they're saying an Ether ETF as a disappointment. But I've seen articles come out and say that they attracted 292 million on launch day, which isn't that like a third or a fourth of what they were expecting throughout the entire, like, for a year? They were saying $1 billion within a year, and how is that? I don't understand how that's, unless this is volume. I mean, $200 million. It doesn't say inflows. I don't know. 123 million on day one. Yeah, so that's inflows. So there's still already a quarter. They're still already more than a quarter away there. And again, I don't know why that's bearish. It's on the first week, and people in Hong Kong are still trying to. Again, it's going to take time for the institutions to be educated and understand what this asset class can do, not only for their personal lives but also for their businesses. And it's just going to take time. It's going to take a lot of golf course outings, good, nice, clean, weather. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next few weeks, people back out in the golf courses start passing word of mouth. And by the end of June, we're going to see some crazy you know what. Anywho, let's just move on from there. Bitcoin trader sees six-figure prices. This, I think, is an accumulation of what Arthur Hayes has been saying and what Willie Woo has been saying and Samson Mao has been saying, and I think we got all those kind of separated out here as well. We're just going to dive a little bit into that, and then we'll check into some of the stuff going on X and the Google Trends, because, man, these normies break my brain every single day on this channel. Anyway, let's check that out in here in a bit. Bitcoin whales bought the dip, netting 47,000 Bitcoin in 24 hours. We know they're not stopping. The Mr. 100 is still accumulating. I think he bought like 1,000 today. Last I looked, it was like up to 1,000 on today alone. Again, that's more than double what we can even produce in a single day, and that's one holder of Bitcoin, one wallet. Just let that sink in. Like, this is, I don't know why anyone is not bullish enough. No one is bullish enough. Anyway, so according to the data provided in Crypto Quant, we have an active whale addresses defining owning at least 100 Bitcoin and having engaged in on-chain activity within the past day. I'm just gonna skip over a lot of the fluff. Bitcoin whales accumulated 47,000 Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. We're entering in a new era. I mean, look at this, up and to the right, right? Everything up and to the right. So a day prior, we highlighted whales, plunged under 660,800. Yes, we know. Interpreting the data, yada yada. Okay, that's pretty much a nothing article. Thank you. But yeah, whales are back. We know this. Price is definitely accumulating, and again, it's drying up. We look at the exchanges every day. We just did that about 25 minutes ago. Yeah, we're dwindling on exchanges every single day. 280,000 Bitcoin left on just Coinbase. Just Coinbase. That's it. Every single day. That's not enough. It's not enough for everyone. I mean, we'll be lucky if that stays above 100,000 Bitcoin. I would say, I'm gonna estimate by the middle to end of next year. I mean, it's crazy how fast this stuff's flying off the markets, man. It is nuts. So yeah, Bitcoin hits 32,000. Yeah, we just covered that. Jack Dorsey, right? So we got Jack Dorsey talking about it. Arthur, Hayes talking about it. Samson Mouse talking about it. Willy Woo, right? Willy Woo. This is what Jack Dorsey is doing, and he's his block is adding more Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Again, doing the MicroStrategy strategy. We know, and you know, the more and more I think about it, we do know that Michael Saylor was there in person around what's his name, Jeff Bezos' recent wedding, right? He could really be the Mr. 100 guy, because these numbers, man, that Mr. 100, I can't stop talking about him. It's insane. Like, it doesn't even make sense what's going on in that wallet, even for a nation. Like, it's too sporadic. It reminds me of like a just like a child. It's just like, oh, I buy 1,000 here, then I sell like 5,000 there, then I buy 100 every single hour, and then it's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, it's like a small child playing with a new toy. But it's not a new wallet. Like, that wallet thing's been accumulating since 2020. So I don't know if it's Bezos, if he just got into Bitcoin. I don't know, but the $8 billion he pulled out of his own company, that's kind of concerning. He's definitely getting into Bitcoin, just maybe he's not Mr. 100. So anyway, Block is already has a substantial Bitcoin holding, having purchased 4,700 Bitcoins in October of 2020, and now they're sitting on that amount of Bitcoin now is 4.7 billion. What are they buying though? How much? Probably just zoomed over it. The program would add another 24 million worth of Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Damn. Yeah, I mean, everyone is doing the Michael Saylor strategy. We talk about it all the time too, about how these Chinese companies are buying. These South Korean companies are buying Bitcoin. There's a Japan bank that's accumulating Bitcoin. Hell, speaking of banks, the second largest bank in the UK, or in Europe, in Europe, started accumulating Bitcoin and offering it to their customers. This stuff's taking off, man. This stuff is taking off so fast. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. All right, so I thought that one was it. We'll see if we have time to go over that one. I don't know about that one. Just the retirement. Again, we already went over Wen Moon. That's kind of covering that base for today. If you're not seeing Wen Moon, play with that. It is so much fun. Okay, and this is on X. Oh yeah, Fidelity. So Fidelity pension funds exploring Bitcoin investments on ETF approval. So this is, of course, and Cathie Wood said this, man. So many institutions, obviously Fidelity has their own ETF, right? But they're looking at getting into pensions, funding pensions. There's even already states that are doing state level for the state workers pensions already. I think Arizona's already doing it in Bitcoin. They already offer something. I mean, this is just, we're steamrolling this for everyone, and you can't fade the financial institutions and these sectors and the banks and all this stuff. It's going to take time. Cathie Wood said 3 months from the there was it last month. Cathie Wood's like 3 more months. We're going to choose the winners. The banks are going to choose the winners, and it's going to be the top 3. And ARK is still in the lead. Fidelity's obviously number 2. And if Grayscale holds on, they might still be in the race as well. And so Fidelity has been definitely bullish on Bitcoin for years. They were the ones that came out with the first $1 billion Bitcoin prediction. Originally, it came out, I think it was at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. It was, I have it on my chart. In my predictions, man, I haven't showed that in a while. But it's $1 billion by 2045. That's what we need to go back and update that, because, oh my God, Cathie Wood, $3.8 million Bitcoin by 2030 now. It's insane. It's insane. When I got into Bitcoin, man, she was predicting, that was like 2021. She was predicting a $1.2 million Bitcoin by 2035 or something. now we basically tripled that. Over more than tripled that, and shaved 5 years off of that. I was like, what is going on? This is crazy. What I'm afraid of is that they might be factoring in hyperinflation. I really hope that's not the case, because that's what the the big boys last year were factoring in their huge predictions as well. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna kind of stop there with Fidelity because we cover this stuff a lot on the stream. All right, so where was my Willy Woo? There's not more downside left. There's trader. Here's the timeline. Bitcoin Jones. Oh yeah, so if you've been sleeping under a rock this week, the reason why Bitcoin had jumped in a big significant way was because of the jobs report. It came in pretty bad. Besides that, and it really pissed me off that Jerome Powell didn't say much about the banks, right? During the FOMC meeting. The banks they're having a hard time keeping up right now. The treasury yields right now aren't worth like they're not worth the investment. Like these 10-year bonds, like they're not making jack on it. You're not making jack on it. Because now the 10-year yields from 5 years ago are now less than a 3-year yield. It's not, doesn't make any sense, man. We're living in crazy times. So the banks are going under because they're holding these bonds. And I mean, it's simple. It really is as simple as that. And that's what's ahead. So anywho, we had a bad jobs report come in on top of the banks. They're gonna have to start cutting these rates. They're gonna have to start cutting these rates. But anyway, let's dive into this real quick. Total non-farm payroll employment increased 175,000. Yada yada yada. I don't want to bore everyone to death, really. Hourly earnings increased by 7 cents. A lot of this stuff too is probably either zero or negative, and they're just oh, it went up 7 cents just to say it went up by any amount. And then hourly earnings have gone up near 4%. I don't believe it. I just don't believe the Fed at all, man. I don't. I think they're fluffing some of this just to kind of break even. So we were was only able to add 175,000 jobs during the month of April. It missed the mark. Just missed the mark, but it was estimated to have 240,000 jobs. So basically, they're slipping, and now we are looking at watching our economy and GDP suffer because of it. So again, that's the goal. The goal is to get the inflation down according to the Fed by any means necessary, and they're gonna have to start cutting rates or printing money. Alrighty. Let's check on Bitcoin and see where she's at, because she's been running as I've been talking. She's up above 63,100 right now. Just kind of recovering. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. I took down my my prediction I had earlier. That was really funny. I was just above target with that. I'm just a little bit over and early, but I did that as in jest. So it wasn't this really serious prediction. But sometimes it works out. Let's clean this up here. And then we're getting quite a bit of a breakout. It looks like we've got maybe a megaphone pattern. No, it's still just a. Damn, dude. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a megaphone pattern. Oh my god. Yeah, there's not too much of a pullback happening yet, but what goes up must come down. Pump and dump. But yeah, we are already above, making a new high right now as I speak. It looks like we sold off a little bit from that high. That might be it. We'll have to wait and see. We got about 5 minutes till 9. And again, it's the weekend. There's not as much volume and liquidity on the weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm bullish at all hell. Let's see what all the other coins are doing right now. As Bitcoin goes up, so will all the alts. Ethereum's having a little bit of a breakout. Same sort of pattern. Jasmy, look at that. Nice. It's getting nice and tight up there in Jasmy. So that also could lead to a sell-off. Japan is going to wake up soon on a Saturday morning. Who knows? Maybe they'll do something. I think they're already up right now. They just woke up. It's early hours in Japan. Let's see. Japan. Right now in Japan. What the heck? Give me the information I need. Japan time. Yep, about 10 o'clock in the morning in Japan right now. So I'll be watching Jasmine as they open. They all wake up from their slumber. Solana, same sort of pattern. Everything looks really, really bullish right now. Oh man, Ada, Link, Matic. Everything's got the same chart going on. Fetch. Was that Falkland or Fetch? Oh, it's Fetch. Yep. And gold. Let's see. Oh, gold. Not so much for gold. Peter Schiff is probably shaking his little booties. But they're still pretty high up there. Gold's still doing pretty good. 24,000. 24,000. I'm used to the big numbers, man. 2,400. Those are rookie numbers. Yeah, it's just silly to kind of, pit Bitcoin against gold. Yeah, that's the S&P 500. Yeah, they're recovering a little bit too. So risk on assets are gonna have some fun. Now that we know that the Fed's in for a world of hurt, if they do not do something drastic within the next 2 months. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about right now. So yeah, keep an eye on Bitcoin during the weekend, man. Damn. Don't fade these institutions. They still buy on the weekend, like I say all the time. MicroStrategy's come out and said, Michael Saylor, Bitcoin, he buys on Saturdays. So there's other people doing the same strategy. They ain't stupid, man. They ain't stupid. You buy it down cheap on a weekend when there's less volatility. All right. So we are gonna get into some of what's going on in the world today. We've got our Google Trends we haven't gone over yet. Let's see what the normies are thinking. Not thinking at all, apparently. Walmart beef recall. God. Oh, man. Yeah. Nothing at all. A bunch of big names I'm not even familiar with. I don't know any of these people. Hope Hicks. Is that the... Oh, no. I don't know who the hell that is. Yeah, again, the normies hurt my heart and hurt my brain. They really do. I just can't. We got Helldivers 2. That's being released on PlayStation, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that. Britney Spears is in the news. What the hell? And of course, no Bitcoin. No Bitcoin, no crypto, no nothing, everyone. Anyway, that's just the way it goes, man. We can't get people to wake up and see this for what it is. Like, this is the new asset class of the future. It's the one you need to be saving in, because dollar's done so. Come on, why can't we get our Bitcoin trend chart? Nothing wants to load today. Let me see if I can use a different browser real quick. Okay. Nothing's happening anyway. We're down to our lowest point since probably the beginning of the year. We're back down to February. February numbers. So no one's even Googling Bitcoin right now. And then that's the last year. And then within the last year, within the last 5 years, we're probably not even close to the beginning of the halving in 2020. Yeah, it's just Google's just having a moment, man. Google's just having a moment. Alrighty, well, that's pretty much all I got for the night. Looks like Bitcoin wants to break out again and test that 63 is going to be a point. Let's double check and see where our next points of resistance are going to be and next areas of support, right? Because we did start building some more support again. Looks like 61.5 is probably a good place to maybe put a short down to if we lose these numbers. You want to make a quick buck. That'd be a nice place to bounce. Where else we got going on here? So yeah, 63 is going to be a bit hard to break out into 65. 65 is our next large point of resistance. You'd even argue a little higher than that. Yeah, that's still about 65. Solid numbers, everyone. Everyone psychologically gets stuck on these solid numbers. And then after that, we're looking at 67, probably 67.5 to be, you know, this nice round number for the psychological levels in the market. And then after that, of course, yours truly, 70K, 69, man. Always back to 69. Our previous all-time high is gonna be hard to break through. We might even go through there and test that top again for 2 or 3 weeks straight, depending on how much buy-ins we get. And more of these ETFs are launching, man. It's not just Hong Kong. I keep saying it. We got Singapore now testing for an ETF. We've got South Korea. We've got Japan. We've got Australia. I mean, it's a whole world right now getting in Bitcoin, and a good time to do it too. Right after the halving, I kid. It would have been better to do that 4 years, or 4 years ago. But the halving has occurred, and now less Bitcoin is available. Ever. It'll be the least amount of Bitcoin right now ever in the world being produced every single day for the next 4 years. This is just how it's going to be. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys this evening. Please stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. You know, stay safe with leverage. You know, 1 to 5x, man. That's the way to be. That's the way to trade if you're going to trade. I still believe in just buy and hold. Stay humble. And don't let your dreams be dreams, man. Buy Bitcoin. This is the Otaku. The Crypto Otaku. Signing off for the evening. Have a great weekend. I'm sure I'll see you guys soon. And peace. Later.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above the in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right